So the podium of shame. This is an important spot. The worst people in the whole entire week of sports stories. Russell, start us off. Who's on your podium of shame?
Well, I basically gave most of my podium of shame in my gold medal topic with Sean McDermott. He's
Yeah.
my person this week. Coach of the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills were on track to make at least vie for a playoff spot. But after their recent loss to the Chargers, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do that. Um, After starting off so well, Sean McDermott, I don't know what he's been doing lately. Their defense has allowed 45 points a game their last 3 games. They gave up 54 points to the Los Angeles Chargers last week, 47 points to the New Orleans Saints 2 weeks ago, and then 30 points to the New York Jets 3 weeks ago. So I really think it's time to take a hard look in the mirror for the Buffalo Bills, especially their coach Sean McDermott, who I do think is a decent coach, but he needs to figure out something quick.
That's a great point. He's a defensive-minded coach. It's not like he comes from an offensive perspective, so to give up all those points, that's bad.
It's very difficult for them to make the playoffs now because if you look at their remaining schedule, they have four of the games left are in their division and one against a team that they should beat, but they who knows if they will because how they've been playing offensively. They have the Patriots, the Colts, the Dolphins, Patriots again, and then the Dolphins again. So Sean McDermott, it might be time to take that in the mirror. Say, all right, maybe we stuck.
He's not getting in the playoffs unless he wins all of the non-Patriot games and wins one of those Patriot games, and
Yeah.
that's tough sledding. I'm sure the Dolphins always lose to the Bills these days, but I don't think he's gonna beat the Patriots once or twice. Um, yeah, that's a great choice. I think Sean McDermott is one of an all-timer podium of shame. In the honorable mention of podium of shame, since Niles isn't here, I think Baker Mayfield deserves to get it. And for those of you wondering, why have you mentioned a certain orange person or a certain big baller? We don't mention those people; they don't deserve it. For me, the person on my podium of shame, it's actually organization. Texas A&M fires Kevin Sumlin. Kevin Sumlin had over a 60% winning percentage in the SEC. He had produced a ton of NFL talent. In his tenure, he really solidified Texas A&M producing good NFL talent like Von Miller and company. And now he's gone. And it goes back to what I talked about Tyrod Taylor. Black players and black coaches still have less of a leash than other coaches. Look at Charlie Strong at Texas. Got a really short run, and Kevin Sumlin at Texas A&M, very similar. And Texas, the state itself, both of those two were the first black coaches at those institutions. And is it really progressing when you give him such a short stint like that and a success a white coach would have had, you probably would have been okay with, but for him, it's not good enough? I think it's really despicable that Kevin Sumlin, I think 99% of schools would take tomorrow, so I don't feel bad for him.
Yeah.
But the Texas A&M fan base, who probably enjoyed the hell out of Kevin Sumlin, I feel bad for you. But guess what? On the podium of shame for me, Texas A&M, you got the higher ups there, the administration, just ridiculous. You're gonna be just like Nebraska when they fired Frankie Solich when he went 9-3, or Notre Dame when they fired Whittingham when he went 9-3, and it's gonna be irrevocably worse. You're gonna keep going worse and worse from there, and you're gonna wish you had Kevin Sumlin. So let's organize the podium of shame really quick. Baker Mayfield bronze. This is a good one. Texas A&M versus Sean McDermott. I think Sean McDermott edges it out, but what do you think?
Yeah, I'm saying, you know, Baker Mayfield third. Technically, they could easily go first, but I think Chuck Dermott football was a little bit more egregious. I think Texas A&M, I agree with a lot of your point. I do think they give a little bit more leash than a lot of coaches, especially black coaches. I think Chief Strong got the short end of the stick as far as that goes, but I do think Kevin Sumlin has had a little bit more leash than most guys get. He's performed well. I think is when you're in the SEC, you're gonna get scrutinized a lot more because you're gonna be compared to Alabama all the time.
But he's in the SEC West, which is a gauntlet, and he transitioned seamlessly, and I don't think they realize how hard that transition was and how much they're gonna regret that decision.
Like if you didn't want if you didn't want to lose games, you should have never went to the SEC. That's
exactly. If you're gonna fire a guy for like that's really just firing him for being in the SEC. And in the end, a lot of these SEC teams, they have like these like cupcake out of conference schedules. Anyways, it's just a rough situation. Kevin Sumlin, I feel for you. I know you're gonna have a better job anyways. You can move on from Texas A&M. It'll get better, buddy. But yeah, Sean McDermott, congratulations. Podium of Shame winner this week. You did it, buddy. They really could use a coaching change instead of a quarterback change. You know what? That pretty much wraps it up.